in the whores, demons trying to trap you with semen, their eyes gleaming. You better spit it out like Willie Beeman. This is spiritual war. Yeah, I'm ducking all the witches in the whores, demons trying to trap you with semen, their eyes gleaming. You better spit it out like Willie Beeman. Came back with vengeance. Yeah, you can hear the sound from my engine. Back to the business. I've been trying to eat healthy and I'm working on my fitness. Eased up with the tension, fulfilling my vision. God is my
Peace, blessings, coming back with another video. Today, I got a nice little topic for y'all. I'm not going to prolong it any more than it needs to be, so I'm going to get straight to it. So, of course, I'm going to grab my handy dandy book. I got my notes because I don't want to be rambling or miss anything that I feel is important to the topic. So, we're going to get right into it. So, the title of this video is Everybody Will Get Their Karma, Including Me. Everybody will get their karma, including me. So we're going to get into what the definition of karma is. So what is karma? Seen as bringing upon oneself inevitable results, good or bad, the force created by a person's actions. Basically, what goes around comes around. So we all know what karma is. We all been hearing that since a child, and we continue to hear it in life because that's the way life works. You can look at it from a cycle standpoint. The good and the bad, the ugly, yin and yang. There's many different ways to look at it as a cycle, and but many of us think about it because when we have certain dealings with people, friendships, relationships, business, family, friends. If I didn't say friends already, excuse me, and I wanted to say enemies rather. We think about these things when we have those dealings and encounters with those type of people and they do us wrong. Like, damn, that was effed up what they did. Or, wow, I can't believe they crossed me like that. Or they did that behind my back. Or they wasn't really genuinely there for me like I thought they were. Like I was there for them. So we always tell ourselves those people are going to get what they deserve. They're going to get their karma. Some people are harsher and they be like, I can't wait to see them get their karma and laugh at them. And we don't want to wish bad on anybody unless they just did some real treacherous stuff like they doing rape and molesting kids and stuff like that. I can see where you like, no, I wish they get what they deserve because that we don't condone. I don't condone that, ain't nobody. But if it's like not one of those cases and you know you don't want to wish crazy bad on anybody, even if you know that they crossed you in some type of way and they deserve it. So you don't want to wish death on nobody. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so there's good and bad. So we're gonna get into the good karma. So what is good karma? Doing what's right or making things right. Being an honorable or noble person. Treating people and yourself with respect. It's more than good deeds. It's about being whole in your heart and soul. So, getting good karma, you get that from being a good person, doing what's right. As they say, do what's right when nobody is not looking. It's very easy to be a certain way under the microscope and when the light is on you to pretend like, oh yeah, I'm this nice whole person. And as soon as people are not looking, you're doing some real deceiving and treacherous stuff behind closed doors or behind people's back or just talking crazy. So, if somebody that you know, you're in their house and they got a bunch of money just laying out and they leave the room and say, I'll be right back. You'll see the money, but in your mind, you should be like, I shouldn't do that because this person is somebody that I care about and I want them to trust me, so I'm not going to do that. So that's doing what's right, even when the temptation is there in your face because you know that's not right. And guarantee you're going to get good karma for that. And it's not like, oh yeah, I'm doing this to get something good. It's just the right thing to do. You just don't do that to people that you care about. You just don't do that to people that you say you love. Even when they're not looking. And things like that might be right in your face. Same thing as far as a relationship. There might be girls throwing themselves at you or men throwing themselves at you. Yeah, you might be tempted. They might be good looking, whatever. They got things together, whatever. But you know it's not the right thing to do to your partner because you love them, they trust you, you trust them, you care for them. And it's just something you just don't do. The people that you care about and that you love and that you really got their back. So you would deny it. And as far as denying the request of what those people want to do with you, because out of respect for your partner. So those are things like that doing those things even when somebody's not looking, because it's easy to be all nice and polite and act like you ain't doing nothing when your partner's there. It's when your partner's not there. So those are examples. Being an honorable person, standing up for what's right, speaking up when you're supposed to speak up for people or even yourself, when you see things aren't the way it's supposed to be, or when somebody is trying to disrespect you and what you stand for. So standing on your ground, and 10 toes down on what you believe in. Treating people with respect, even yourself, elders, children, animals, anything, not just doing things just to do it or abusing things, people, animals just to do it. Treating everybody with respect, even treating yourself with respect, meaning that you hold yourself at a high standard or hold yourself accountable. Not that you think that you're better than people, but you know that you hold yourself to a higher standard of how you're supposed to act and how you're supposed to maneuver in this thing called life. So there's certain things that you're just not going to do. There's certain things that you're just not going to stand for, because you know how treacherous that can be to your character and your karma. So those are things. And also, like I said, about the good deeds. Anybody, especially in this era, can do good deeds. You see people all the time recording it. I'm feeding the homeless, I'm doing this, I'm doing that with my kids. It's easy to do that once in a while, put a video up and show it and pretend. But it's not and they do these things hoping that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my good karma, I'm gonna get these good things coming to me because I did this. And it's not about good deeds, it's about being whole in your heart and your soul. Do it just because you want to do it. Not because, well, I want some good karma, I want some things coming in, I want these opportunities or something financial coming into me, so I'm gonna go do a bunch of good deeds and hope that the Most High sees what I'm doing and I get the blessings down, poured down on me. And that's not the way you should be doing that. You should be doing it because you have a heart and you have a soul and you want to help people, or you want to do something good for somebody, or do something good just because you want to do it. And those things will come just because you just doing it out of the kindness of your heart and your soul. So that's what I mean by that. So those are a few things to where good karma is going to come your way because of how you are, how you carry yourself, and the type of person you are. And it's going to come in many different forms. So that's good karma. But then we get to bad karma. So what is bad karma? What's some things? Not living righteous, deceiving people, delinquent activity, and being dishonorable. So let's go back to earlier what I said when we see people do things that we don't like, or we feel like they crossed us because they did things that was in this realm of bad karma. Like I said, which is the opposite of the good karma of being a respectful and honorable person. Now for the for the bad karma, that's doing things that's not being an honorable person, being dishonorable, not treating people with respect, that actually are caring and have your back, and you're doing things that are not, excuse me, that's something. Probably a cat here, he'd be all over my bed. But anyway, doing dishonorable things and not respect others that respect you or are there to have your back, that is doing things where you're going to receive bad karma. Lying, cheating, stealing, selling poison. By poison I mean drugs and different things to your community. That's the delinquent activity. Just doing things like that where it's not helping anybody. It's actually destroying people. In my last video I talked about how we're here to build and destroy. Sometimes people destroy their communities, destroy people around them, destroy their families, destroy their relationships, destroy their own lives. And the bad karma is coming their way. And it's a never-ending cycle for some people because they don't know how to be in the realm of doing things good. They just know how to destroy. They don't know how to build anything good or build anybody up or build themselves up. So all they know is delinquent activity. All they know is deceiving people to get what they deserve. To get what they feel they deserve or what they want out of people. They feel like they can't be straight up and actually be an honorable person to receive whatever they're trying to receive. They feel like they have to cheat people, have to steal, have to lie, have to go behind people's back, have to gossip about them. They feel like they have to do these things to get to where they need or to get to where they want to be and get what they need, which is not true, because you're going to get things by being a straight up person, a respectable person, an honorable person, and a man or a woman of your word. And people will respect that, and you'll get your just due, even from the Most High, if you're doing it as an honorable person and a trustworthy person. But most people aren't doing those things. So that's the example of those bad karmas. Now we get to, we can be that person that gets those bad karmas. So a lot of times we always looking at, yo, this person did this person did that. Yo, I don't trust nobody. Yo, I ain't giving my trust to nobody, I ain't giving my heart to nobody, I ain't giving nobody nothing, because this person did this person did that. And then we forget, hold up, man. You did some effed up stuff in your life too. Don't forget that. That's why I titled it, Everybody Gets Their Karma, including me. Because sometimes we always looking at, yo, this person did this, they did that. My mother did this, my father did that, my cousin did this, my aunt did that, my ex-girlfriend did this, or my girlfriend did this, my ex-boyfriend did this, my ex-boyfriend did that. We always, or my teacher did this, my business partner did that. We always looking at people like, yo, they the snakes. And we forget that, yo, we ain't perfect either. We did some foul stuff to some people too. So sometimes when we like, yo, man, I had this opportunity or this idea, it didn't work out, or I had this relationship, man, it was going great, and then suddenly she did me dirty, or he did me dirty, I don't get it, I was doing everything right. And then sometimes we forget, oh yeah, man, I forgot I did such and such dirty back in the day a couple years ago. Oh yeah, I forgot I stole something back in the day from out the store when I was younger. So that's why this happened. That's why I lost his money for this thing years later. Oh, that's why somebody stole something from me that I had just gotten I love. Oh, that's why I ended up getting robbed. Because I had took something that wasn't mine years ago. Now, when I got something that I want years later, I get robbed for. We forget that comes back to haunt us. And we forget these things. Sometimes it might not even come directly to you. It could come directly back to people around us that we love. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be your kids, it could be anything. So we got to be careful of what we're doing when it comes to karma, because it could not directly come to us. It could come and hurt people that's in our lives that we care about, and that's even worse when that karma comes back, because you don't know how it's going to affect them. So it reminds me of this song by J. Cole called Land of the Snakes. It was on his Born Sinner album. And on the song, he's talking about what I'm talking about, how we look at people like, yo, this person's a snake, and I'm trying to dodge the snakes, and I'm watching out, and I'm looking out for people that's doing all these dirty things. And he runs into this girl in LA who he knew from college years ago. And he slept with the girl, probably put a good bug in her ear and different things, and afterwards, he never called her. But he was saying that he's trying to politic and talk to the girl because he ain't seen her in years. And even though she's not saying it, he know that she's thinking that, like, yo, you effed me and you never called me. Like, you really, like, did me dirty. Like, and you trying to talk to me, like, right now, like, everything's all good because you trying to, cover up from what you did, or you feel guilty, but yo, you really did me dirty. Like, I really cared and you never called. Like, we forget moments like that, like, oh, snap, I'm looking at everybody else like, yo, they the snakes and I don't trust nobody. Then we forget we did something to somebody, we did something, and that person looking at us like, no, you the snake. You talking about you this righteous person. No, you the snake. You remember what you did? And we might have changed. We might have became better people. We might even regret doing those things and have remorse and the compassion and really want to make things right with those people we did certain things to, or certain situations, because we just wasn't in the right frame of mind, or we just wasn't mature enough at the time. But there are people that look at us like that because we did something that they're like, nah, you the snake. Now you the one that's going to get your bad karma. So we got to remember that too. We can't always be looking at everybody like, oh, they did this, they did that, they going to get the karma, everybody bad. Hold up, man. Hold up, woman. Hold up, man. You did something too. Because somebody else looking at you like that, like, you going to get yours too. So we got to remember that too and be humble. And have remorse and hope and have compassion and pray and put the work in to change and actually hope that the karma don't come back too bad to us when we did something foul to somebody back then. So another example of that is this guy. There was this Rick Ross documentary, not the rapper, the actual Kingpin Rick Ross, and one of his homies that was helping him sell the stuff and everything. Like I said back before with the bad karma, doing delinquent activities, selling poison and different things like that. It might not come back directly to you. It might come back to somebody close to you. So years later, after he's out the game and everything, whatever, he had his daughter was being born, but they were saying that as soon as she was born, she was having complications and she's going to need surgery on one of her kidneys. I believe it was a kidney. And he couldn't. And the doctor asked, yo, does the mother use or do drugs or anything? He's like, nah, she never used drugs a day in her life. And he said then he thought back and remembered that he could smell the aroma from cooking up the crack and him not using gloves and getting his fingers in his system. And he said it brought him to tears because it's his fault why his daughter got this big scar that she's going to have for the rest of her life on her stomach because of that. So that's going to be a reminder for him. But even though she's fine, healthy, girl grew up, that's always going to mess his mind because he know that was his fault. And that's why I mean sometimes the karma might not come directly back to you. It might come back to somebody that's close to you. And that's something you don't want to deal with, especially when it comes to your kids, when you're doing stuff like that, and then it came back like that. That's an unfortunate situation. Sometimes, I know people that grew up in the hood, we inherit beefs sometimes from generations ago of people that once lived in our neighborhoods, and then the people that lived there got to inherit that karma from what they did to some other neighborhood, and now that neighborhood is beefing with that neighborhood, and now they can't even be in certain areas or something without somebody saying, yo, where you from? Oh, yo, ain't you from here? And they ain't got nothing to do with it. Now they inherit that. So that's karma too. We don't realize that karma is on so many levels, and it causes so many stress factors, and sometimes it comes back to haunt people that ain't got nothing to do with whatever those people did. So we gotta be careful of what we doing, because it could haunt people that ain't got nothing to do with it, and then they gotta deal with it. Then that is not fair in its own right. So we gotta be careful what we doing, and we gotta make things right, and make sure that we trying to be righteous as much as we can. Not perfect, righteous. Two different things. Not perfect man or woman, righteous. So that's my whole conclusion with karma and good and bad, and how it could come back sometimes to even get us by not even directly getting us, but hurting people that we love that's in our lives, so right by our side. So, and also while we looking at everybody else pointing the finger like they the snakes, we did something too back in the days with somebody else looking at us like that, like don't trust him or her. They the snake, really. They act like this now and all that. They act like they changed. They might have changed, but I ain't forget what they did. So always remember that. So, much respect like always. Y'all keep doing your thing. Stay safe out there. And like I always say, whether we jog, sprint, run, or crawl, we gotta get to our destination somehow. So peace, blessing, much respect, and stay optimistic. Stay goal-oriented, and to the next topic. Peace.
Break it down. Break it down, roll it, light it, spark it, ignite it, but don't fight it. Break it down, roll it, light it, spark it, ignite it, but don't fight it. Now I lay low on weekends, diving off the deep end. I don't have no friends, I can't lie or pretend. Late nights I'm wishing, feel